Time for the new
Bobby's Big
Stories.
U.S. medal count is at 30. We're pretty much leading everybody in the medals. France is at 2 with 26, but we only have 5 golds, and that is 7th overall. China has 10. I'm holding that hope. We don't win golds. We don't win. Give all the medals back.
It's not true,
We
but
don't win. If we don't lead in golds, give everything back.
Well, you have said as long as we've really been bad at something for decades,
No, there's only a couple of
and
those,
we win
though.
a bronze, then you're okay with it.
No. You heard me wrong. That was only for rugby and what was the other? Rugby and men's gymnastics.
Okay.
All the medals yesterday were won by women. Katie Ledecky crushed. You couldn't even see the second place swimmer in the picture of the screen when she was swimming.
That's
she
crazy.
won. You couldn't see it on the full zoom out. You couldn't see the second place person. So, yeah, pretty good. USA basketball won. They beat South Sudan, which, by the way, South Sudan, they don't even have indoor courts in their country. We played an exhibition game against them, and we barely beat them. We beat them yesterday. We didn't cover, but we beat them pretty bad.
When you're watching it, do they do little highlights on the teams and what their life is like, or how do you know that? Like they don't have courts.
I watched the interviews after the last game when they played us really close, and they were just pumped. They played us close, and they were like, it's really cool because we don't even have indoor courts in our country, which is pretty cool. So I root for them, except for us. Like, I want to kill them when we play them. Like, take your head and stomp their skull. However, I want them to actually do really well outside of that, because that will be cool.
Yeah.
A country like South Sudan, let's go South Sudan, except when you play us. Squid Game, Season 2, December 26th. I'm not a fan of shows that aren't in English. Say what you will about me. It's hard for me to watch a show where I got to read the words the whole time. That being said, I don't hear well, so all the English shows, I also read the words the whole time. And then I don't like it when they put the English versions over the mouth because it doesn't match. It looks like those old Kung Fu movies with Bruce Lee.
It's just off.
That being said, Squid Game was so good. It's in my top 5 favorite shows of all time. It was so good. So it's coming back December 26th, and they're only going to do one more season after that. Boom.
It's one of those shows I never could get into. I tried season.
You didn't try hard
episode
enough.
1. I tried.
You didn't put the effort in.
No.
Bronze medal.
Did you focus, or were you like doing stuff?
You could have won a gold, but you got a bronze.
It's true. It's one I can't multitask on.
That is that, because you have to read the words.
Right.
A Canadian woman comes home to find strangers in her pool after the tenant,
this is crazy.
After the tenant rents it out for $35. Now listen to this. A homeowner was stunned when she arrived home to find a family using her private swimming pool. She pulled up outside her home to discover people in there having a good time. They told her they had rented the pool out for $35 an hour using the app Swimply. The pool had been listed by a former tenant who moved out of the property in 2022.
Yeah, but didn't take the listing down, and so then the family they think they're there well within reason. So when she,
they're not doing anything wrong.
I know, but she did call the police, and they're like, "Well, there's nothing we can do because they weren't really trespassing."
No, they put it on the app. Like
Right.
they did everything legal, and
It's
that's
like-
so cool that you can just rent a swimming pool for the day. Like you can do that here in Nashville.
I feel like if a lot of people rented out their pools, people would rent the pool only to go and look in the house in case the house. That's what I would be worried about.
That's a good point.
Because then you have access to seeing through the back windows.
Well, I thought when it popped in my head is, man, we need to rent your pool out.
I mean, it could be an extra way to make some money.
A lot of money.
And people do that, and then through other apps, they can rent out different parts of their yard for dogs.
NDTV with that story. To do what? Poop or play?
Run around.
Run around.
Because maybe you live in an apartment.
We have to catch Eller's poop. I've been
Catch it.
Yeah, I mean, find it, and she runs into the woods in our property, and we're trying to find her poop because we need to get it to Josie.
Oh, I was like, why are you worried about picking it up in the woods?
Oh no, not picking it up for
You
the
need a
cleanliness.
sample?
Yeah, to sample. And I'm like, I'll follow her around, and then she looks at me like, "Why are you following me? Like when you're just letting me out?" And then I'll try to look the other way
You're like, here, poop in the cup.
while trying to watch her BH, and then it'll flinch a little bit, it'll clench a little bit, and I'll be like, "Here we go!"
Oh, boy.
And then no, it doesn't work. Nothing comes. But that's the mission right now. Operation Find Eller's Poop.
Okay.
And then if I find some randomly, I don't even know whose it is. Stanley's, Eller's, mine. Who knows? In the yard.
Probably not yours.
You never know.
Never
Have
know.
you ever done that?
Nah.
Okay.
I don't think so. But sometimes when I'm peeing in the backyard, because I'll go out and pee with Stanley, but then I'll be on the cameras.
Yeah.
Because we have security
obviously
cameras.
You don't want to get filmed doing that.
Well, I made a deal with myself a long time ago. I was never going to put my wiener on camera. And here I am. I did my first nude scene accidentally.
Okay.
On
With the dogs.
On the security
That's weird.
cameras. McDonald's employee allegedly pours expired milk into shake machine. This is from the New York Post. By the way, this is not all McDonald's. This is one story. Love McDonald's fries. Just want to say that up front. McDonald's customers are like going, wait, what? Because there was an employee, allegedly, not a good one, allegedly dumping expired milk into a milkshake machine. They posted the video. The general manager instructed them to use the expired dairy product to save money. And they wrote one of those POVs, like they're doing it, like POV, when your GM tells you to put the expired milk in the milkshake machine. He trying to kill somebody.
Yeah.
And the milk was like glumpy. It's like glumpy.
Oh.
The only time in the past couple of years that I've seen Jesus with my own eyes was when I drank that expired almond milk.
Because of how sick you got?
Yeah. I saw him. He was like, hey, man, you're not long for this life if this gets any worse. I was so sick. And I was in the bathtub, like summoning spirits. Hands up on the side going, oh.
With water or no water? You're just in the bathtub with your...
I got in at first with no water, but my wife, who was very lovely, got out of bed, woke up at 2 a.m, and like started to take care of me.
Oh, she drew you a bath.
Why do you guys say draw a bath?
Yeah,
Is this Little House on the Prairie?
That's what it's
You turn
called.
the water on.
Who says draw a bath?
Oh, I do.
I'm going to draw you a bath.
Yes.
Yo, how
I
are you
don't know
drawing?
What are
why.
you drawing?
That's,
Where would
that's
you
just
use
what
that in
how-
any context at all? I'm gonna
when I'm talking about
I'm going to draw
drawing
you
a bath. I mean, it's the only time
No,
I
why is
say
this the
it.
same thing? And I'm like, what are you drawing?
Because that's what it's called.
Who says drawing
Well,
anything?
let's look at the origin of it. I don't know, but we clearly grew up saying, okay, I'm going to draw you a bath.
I don't know where you grew
No, I
up.
start you a bath. That's what my grandma would say. Hey, give me start you a
Well,
bath.
I grew up in Austin, Texas. Don't know.
Also, get in the bath.
Yeah, take a bath.
Like, I
Well,
wouldn't-
but who
Are
would
you
draw
gonna
the
take a bath?
water?
Yeah. Who's drawing?
no one's drawing anything.
Drawing anything.
I don't know.
Study finds that people's faces change to suit their names. From phys.org. If you looked at my face, what would you say my name would be?
Bobby.
Well, of course.
Yeah, because that's what I know you have. I know, but it's hard to...
Well, what kind of face? Because I say you have like a Miranda. That'd be like your name based on your face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hank.
Okay, you just said a stupid name.
No, I swear.
Hey, go draw you a bath. Go take you a break. Go draw you a bath.
Whatever.
Hank? You don't even know a Hank.
There's no a Hank.
Like, what does a Hank look like?
Hank.
Hank Aaron, Hank Hill.
Hank Williams Jr.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
I look like none of them. Yeah, so if you can't imagine some of your friends with any other names except the one they have, which is the situation here, researchers find, especially in babies, indicating a person's face changes over time to fit his or her name. But what the heck does that even mean, to fit their name?
Yeah. We just get used to it.
Draw a bath is from the days when water was drawn in the sense that it was pumped or supplied in some way that didn't rely on water pressure when you had to pump it yourself.
Oh.
Are you pumping your own water over there?
Yep.
Okay. That's the news. There you go.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
All right, here's Shabuzi, and then we will get to some of these calls. I got a lot of calls that want to ask us questions or comment. You can too. We have many phone lines. 877-77-BOBBY is our phone number. Thanks, guys. Did you see Keith Urban at the Olympics?
No.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was like celebrities are just like us.
What'd he do?
He was just in the crowd and he's filming whatever, like whoever is.
With his phone, yeah.
Yeah, whatever sport it was. I don't even remember what it was, but like, there's Keith Urban. And I was like, that is Keith Urban. And he's just sitting with the normal people and he's filming like just like anybody else. And I thought, man, celebrities don't get caught up in film while they're at events. But there's Keith Urban. So
Yeah, Nicole's been there a bunch too. So they're together.
she wasn't with him. It was him by
Really?
himself in the crowd, just sitting with the common folk.
That's fun.
And no one was bothering him.
Yeah, all the famous people sit with common folk in the crowd. Even like the NBA players, when they go to watch other events, they're just sitting around people. Flava Flav, who sponsored the
water polo
team,
Yeah.
he's just in the crowd taking pictures with people. It's pretty cool. I did see some people go, is that Keith Urban or Jennifer Aniston? Which I thought was pretty funny.
Well-
That was pretty funny.
Well, his hair, you know how Keith Urban's got cool hair.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I had not heard that.
Yeah, I heard that yesterday a little bit.
Okay.
That's pretty funny.
Well, yeah, hey, Keith's having a good old time at the Olympics. If you guys are wondering where he is, he's over in
Celebrities,
Paris.
just like us. Daniel in Tampa, I want to bring him on. Let him ask a question here. Daniel, you're on the show. What's up, buddy?
Good morning, Bobby. I just wanted to ask you, why do you pick on Amy so much, more than anybody else?
Huh? You listen to the show?
Okay, let's go around. Lunchbox, how would you answer his question?
I would say I get the most heat, and
Okay.
Amy is like treated with like what do you call them?
Kid gloves?
Kid gloves.
I don't agree she's treated with kid gloves, but okay, you think you get the most crap.
Oh yeah, this dude has not been listening for more than 10 minutes.
Daniel, have you listened to the show more than 10 minutes?
Oh, I've been listening to your show for probably 10 years.
Thank you.
As long as I can.
Thank you.
Yes.
Amy, what is your
No.
answer to his question?
I guess I'm just curious, like what falls under picking on too much? Because we all pick on each other at a certain level.
Yeah, Daniel, Amy asked, I think, a very appropriate question. What do you say?
I just think I feel I see that I don't know. Maybe I'm blind, deaf, but I think you pick on her a little bit more.
Okay, I would say this show has a relationship where we're all close and we do pick on each other a lot and make fun of each other a lot because we can. You can't do that with people you can't do that with, obviously. But I would say I talk to Amy the most on the show. When we're talking about things, Amy's my go-to to have a conversation with. And I think just because of the amount of time and how close we are, and sometimes, do I pick on her a little too much? Probably. Does she pick on me sometimes too much? Yeah, but that's just the natural ebb and flow of being with friends. But probably you would hear that because we'd probably talk more amongst each other than anybody else.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you
and
feel picked on?
no, I like when we're in a good flow where everybody can kind of poke at each other and it's fun, and it's, it makes it more fun for us, and like we really are just close sitting around. I think there's times where I've been more sensitive, and then it's made it not fun, and I'm not in that mode right now, so.
Yeah, and usually
Make fun of me.
if there's a conversation. It's like, hey, heads up, not doing too good. And I'm like, cool, let's
Yeah.
not pick on Amy today.
Or if I don't give a heads up, I mean, honestly, there's been times where you've had to come to me and like, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. But you've been like, hey, you don't seem like yourself, or just let me know. And I'm like, okay, I'll try to let you know. I haven't felt picked on though. Just, I think there have been times, but I wonder if my attitude was different towards it. So the energy and the vibe was weird, and listeners maybe picked up on that.
Daniel, you picking up her energy?
But right now, Daniel, I would love for the vibe and the energy to be like, oh, Amy's just they're all having fun together, and she's fine.
We feel like we can, so we do. And sometimes we can do a little too much. I feel picked on all the time, but not in a bad way. You guys give me crap all the time. That's how it's supposed to be, though. That's what friends do.
Yeah, and I
Well,
think
you
that-
deserve it though.
And when I
like-
go home and cry, I don't tell you guys. I just go home and cry, and then I come back the next day reloaded.
Yeah.
You know, Daniel, I can assure you that any picking is done at least with the idea of it's free for all. And over the years, have there been situations where somebody's probably said something? We all have said something probably a little.
Yes,
It's usually
yeah.
handled after the show, where someone's like, "Ooh," either I go to somebody like, "Hey, are you okay?" We'll stay away from that, or they'll just be like, "Oh, I just wasn't in the mood today." But other than that, if it wasn't an environment where we could do it freely, me included, we just wouldn't have the environment exist on the show, you know?
I do.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I
I
don't
just
think
wanted
you're
to
not blind or
finish
deaf
off
or anything. You're good.
Okay. I just wanted to finally say I've been listening to the show for a long time, and my wife passed away at 40 years of seven. We were married 40 years. She passed away 7 years ago, and her favorite person on your show was Lunchbox.
Hey, you married a smart woman, man.
And my favorite is Amy.
Oh,
Here I am sitting over here with my thumb in my butt.
yeah.
Do you have a dog that likes Bobby or something?
My dog actually likes you too, Lunchbox.
Daniel, you're picking on me right now.
No, he's not.
No, I'm not going to have it. I'm going to have
He
a talk
didn't
with him
say
after the
anything
show.
negative about
Daniel and
you.
I are going to have a little talk after the show, and I'll be like, Daniel, you're not having a good day today?
Daniel.
I am having a good day, and you are my favorite Bobby.
I'm just kidding.
Or this is Hobby Bobby Bobby.
Daniel, I'm totally kidding. Everybody has different people they relate to on the show, and that's why it exists. That's why everybody's so different. But I appreciate you calling and asking that question, because if I go to my DMs ever, it's, why do you pick on Lunchbox all the time? The next one, why do you pick on Amy all the time? The next one, why is everybody picking on you all the time? And the answer is, we have the freedom to do that 95% of the time on this show. And
People DM you that?
Yes.
What? Oh.
yeah,
Okay.
my DM, I hate my DMs.
Why do you go there?
I wish that I had a fist I could send up through my phone to their phone and just punch people in the face when I get. Because sometimes I want to know how people feel when I'm not asking. But I wish there was a button. I wish I had 5 a month, and I can only use 5 of them. But if I push that button to whomever sent a DM that's mean for no reason, it would just come out of their phone and punch them in the face. And I only had 5. I would take those 5. I'd probably use them on day 1, and then for like 30 more days, I'm like, wish I had more punches.
More punches.
My DMs are a cesspool. All right, thank you, Daniel. Hope you have a good day, buddy.
You two guys, I just love your show all the way around. You guys have a great day.
Thank you. Hey, Daniel, of all the callers today and all my favorites, you're not mine.
Bobby.
Okay, I love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. And sorry about your wife.
Yeah, we all are. That was 7 years ago. I mean, yeah.
Still,
Yeah. We can all be sorry about
grief
it.
doesn't go away.
No, but
Just gets a little lighter.
it doesn't go away. Sometimes it hits you back like in the
True,
gut
it
out
can
of
get heavy.
nowhere.
Again.
Like I'll see something about my mom, and I'm just like, or something that reminds me of my mom, like a commercial. And I don't get that sad anymore. My mom died when she was in her 40s, years ago. And I'm like, I'm usually not. I'm fine. I'll talk about it sometimes. It'll make me a little emotional, but I can back away from it. I can go, ooh, feeling emotion, take a step back. But then sometimes like a commercial will come on, or somebody that looks like my mom. We got a painting at the house that we bought at like one of these, like, it's not a yard sale, but it's like an old antique store, but everybody has like a little spot in it. You can just buy a spot.
Oh, like a flea market type thing?
Yeah, but it's in flea markets. I go and people are there. This is like an antique store where you put all your crap, and some of it is crap.
Oh, and it's your section.
And you have a section. It's like
Oh, yeah,
section
I think I've been there.
232. Yeah, it's
Gas
near the
lamp or
house.
something?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, "Oh, let's get this old painting." It looked just like my mom. Just like my mom.
Where do you have it hung?
Yeah, it's in the living room.
I think it'd be like
I
above my bed.
I
That'd be weird.
I don't spend much time looking at it, but sometimes when I do, I'm like, wow, that's like my mom, and it makes you. Daniel, all kidding aside, we really appreciate you listening for so long, man.
You're the greatest show on the radio.
Thanks, man. Hope you have a good day.
You too, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right, well there you go, old Danny boy. Appreciate.
So he's
that.
single.
Are you? What's happening
Hold
with
on,
you?
Amy, you just went
What's
from,
happening with you?
You went from, I'm so sorry about your wife. You're single.
So you're so
Like,
you're.
He
what
said
in the
it's been
world?
7 years.
No, I hear you, but I mean, you pivoted that.
Well, he said
We're
I was
talking
his-
about my mom dying and a painting that reminds me of her, and now
He said I was his
you're
favorite.
asking for his at so you can get him on Tinder.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not on Tinder.
Okay, not yet.
You can't at people on Tinder, can
I know
you?
it was a joke. It was literally a joke.
Oh, you're joking?
It's literally a joke.
Okay.
Don't act like you don't know how Tinder works.
I don't.
Yesterday on the show, we had on Haley Welch, who's also known as Hawk Tua Girl. She got very famous on TikTok, and man, people were just, they were upset. And they were like, I've never seen the show stoop so low. I've never seen you guys. And I'm like, what are you smoking? First of all, and they're like, well, she's going to be not famous in 2 weeks. So I guess all my issues were, one, she never tried to be famous. Like, it was never her intention to be famous. She never went out and was like, I'm going to say some crazy stuff, and then I'm going to go viral, and then I'm going to make a lot of money, and I'm going to do appearances, and people are going to say I'm stupid for making money. That was never her plan. She was working at a spring factory. She's 21. She made a joke, Hawk Tua, spit on the thing. Like, we didn't make stupid jokes all the time. This just happens to be an age where everything's recorded. But she had no intention of trying to be famous. And people are like, she needs to stop being famous. She never wanted to be famous. And like, they wouldn't take advantage and she'll probably make $1 million or so from this.
Wow.
Incredible.
I would think. All said and done. And so I talked about that, and people were like, you never stoop lower. I'm like, have you listened to this show? We stoop lower like once a week. And then they were like, I can't believe you put on something so unfamily friendly. There was nothing unfamily friendly about it. We didn't go, let me explain the origin of Hawk Tua spit on that thing and the many ways it can be done. Nothing like that happened. To me, I'm so interested in people that go viral. I want to know, when did they see it start to happen? Are they like, wow, people are watching this? It wasn't even her video that she made, right? She randomly was on one. Like, when did people start calling you? How did you get an agent? Because I asked her that. And she was like, well, like, somebody knew a lawyer in my hometown, and the lawyer called Nashville and got somebody here to help. And then she didn't, even when she went viral, she didn't want to be famous. She hid forever until people started making money off her name. And the fact that people get so upset at her, she didn't do anything. 21-year-old kid that's like, if this is going to exist, I might as well make money off of it. And yeah. I support her. I'm rooting for her. But people were just awful online. To be fair, I do want to say not everyone was. And I did an Instagram. I was just so irritated by it last night. Play this voicemail, Ray.
Hey, Bobby. Shout out to you and the whole show for the way you handled the Haley interview. I mean, this is just a young girl. I mean, she is just a child. And I think you guys handled it so well, so respectfully. So good job, y'all.
Thank you. And I often get accused of only playing the negative stuff because that's what really triggers me. But I appreciate you saying that because I just wanted to give her some advice. It's not the same, but, well, first of all, I'm so curious about people going viral. Even Mason Ramsey was in a couple weeks ago. That kid was singing at a Walmart, not trying to get famous. It's a kid.
Very, 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 very family friendly.
Yes. And then
it's diverse.
Yes, he was in, and I didn't have him in because I'm such a fan of your art, although his new song's pretty good on the Twister soundtrack. I'm just curious about his life since he went super viral. Like, to me, that's interesting just to kind of hear all the factors that you're dealing with now in your life because something that you had no control over happened. And some of it can be good, some of it can be terrible. Yeah, but people are stupid. Do you ever think about that? How stupid people are?
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah, they're just stupid. There's like a select group of our audience, like 15% of them, that are dumb as a rock.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know that I just am like, I guess I wonder what's up with them that they feel like if they need to comment on it or make a big deal of something, like just move on. Or I just feel like when things impact my day, like I see things online and people say stupid stuff all the time that I'm like, gosh, that's so weird. And swipe next or turn off, don't listen to it, move on, circle back.
It's only like 15%. But yeah, we have a threshold of our audience, like 15%, that are as stupid as you could possibly be while still having a job. No, they are. 85% rock and roll. We love you guys.
Okay.
We wouldn't be here without you. 15%, kick rocks, man.
Yeah, it just seems like a waste of time to be so negative.
And it's like people that choose to be offended. You choose to be offended, not you, anybody. Because you can have something that you don't like. You can move away from it. You can have something that, you're like, man, if I keep watching this, I'm going to continue to stay triggered. You choose to be offended. That's something you put on yourself. Things exist everywhere that if you've sought it out, you're going to see it, find it, be offended by it. You choose to be offended by anything.
You know what my son loves to tell me now on certain things? He's like, Mom, that sounds like a you problem. And I'm like, you know what, buddy? You're right. And so I feel like that's applicable here. Of like, for a lot of those people, it's like, it sounds like a you problem.
So anyway, shout out to Haley. I'm rooting for her. I hope she figures it out and has a nice career. I hope she figures out what she's good at and is able to turn this into that.
Yeah, she's really sweet.
Into the 15% of our audience that are dumb as rocks, I would say we don't care about you, but you know how to turn the radio off. You just look at it and go, oh, I don't know how to turn it off. 85%, we're all good.
Okay. I'm sure they could figure out how to turn
Is Bobby
it
in the room with me right now? No, I'm on a radio.
Yeah. I just think they're looking for something to pick on.
And they're going to pick on a 21-year-old girl
Yeah.
who did not choose to be famous.
Yeah, and probably 10 other things they picked on yesterday.
And I'm sure they have all these people in their life they think are cool that probably got famous for something stupid too, and then turned it into something. Anyway, I've just been told it's 16% of our audience. We just grew a percentage. But 84%. We love you guys. You guys are awesome. Let's do Dustin Lynch and Jelly Roll, Chevrolet, Bobby Bones Show. Thank you guys for listening.